JD Emperor checking in once again. Y'all already know what time it is. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Gemini. Hello, Gemini, and welcome. We're going to be using that Urban Tarot deck. I appreciate the love and support, likes, comments, and subscribes. What does Gemini need to know for today? Happy belated birthday to all them gems who were celebrating their birthday. I know a lot of y'all's birthday has come and gone, but one last little happy birthday to y'all season. What does Gemini need to know for today? Please and thank you. Just so you know, we do go live on this channel on Fridays at 3:33 Central Standard Time. So if you want to make that for a free live Q&A, make sure y'all tap in. That Emperor card is showing itself, Aries energy. Now, if this ain't you dealing with an Aries and this you dealing with a divine counterpart, if you're a feminine, and if you're a man, it's saying you need to be in your masculine energy and do what you really want to do as far as chasing your passions. Stop focusing on your circumstances, because your current situation is not your outcome. So start where you are. All right, we got that Emperor and we got that Magician. Do what you can. Manifest what you really want. Go after what you really want. Take the initiative. So your ego may be bruised. Someone has a bruised ego. Someone may be jaded, or someone may be trauma, yeah. First card out was the Six of Pentacles, which represents success, putting in work, sharing good energy with good people. Ooh, Seven of Cups, celebration. Yeah, so you've been having success. You've been celebrating. The activist, you've been speaking your truth, standing on business, living in your truth, or is recommending that you speak your truth regardless of how harsh the truth sounds. Yeah, the truth hurts. I have to write that one down. The costume designer. So you're changing, you're transforming, and you still ain't glowed up to who you know you want to be, your full potential, but you're worried about something. What? Dominion. So we go from the Five of Pentacles and then Dominion. You're worried about someone who's stuck in their ways or something that's not changing. You want to, what is this? Okay, you're worried about something that's already ended. A dead end situation. And if you're not dealing with a Scorpio, dead end situation, what's the advice? Focus on family. Yeah, focus on your family. Focus on what matters. The outcome, the Fool. Taking a leap of faith or jumping out there. Ooh, the Lovers. So as you start to take the initiative and be more aggressive with your moves and put your best foot forward and shoot your shot, the Fool represents going into the unknown. You may not know how it's going to turn out, but you still take a step. You still jump out there. You may jump off the ledge. You may survive. You may not, but you just jump out there. And then we got the Lovers right after, right? So taking a chance or a leap of faith or a step towards love. You feel drawn to someone spiritually. That's why you can't let this go. Success. Keep doing what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, or keep showing up at work. You may work with this person or oh, I don't know. So multiple storylines going on. Do your research. Hire a lawyer. Be patient. Let it play out naturally. You could be dealing with a legal situation like divorce. It's saying go through with the divorce, but be patient with it. Others of you is saying lawyer up so you can battle this person. You're dealing with a justice legal situation, or it's saying you're spying on a Libra, but be careful because they have answers. But I don't know. Be patient though. Let it play out naturally instead of taking matters into your own hand. Justice. There's a need for balance in the situation, right? Let's get some clarity. What is the Public Defender for, aka the Queen of Wands? And I'll even show it to you. Not my favorite card. You know, in the deck we all have our least favorite card, or the card we don't really like too much. I don't really like that card too much. It is what it is though. Still shuffling, bear with me. Thank y'all for being patient. Gemini, you don't see something coming. Okay, the Chariot. Okay, the Chariot card came out, which represents travel long distance, getting over someone. It could also represent escaping, trouble, turmoil, escape, fortitude or perseverance, and then we got the star at the bottom of the day. So lawyer up in order to get what you want, to call for backup so you can for sure win and get what you really want in this situation. Whether it's a court situation, whether it's a spiritual situation, you need to call for you need to call for ancestors or whatever the case may be. Okay. Gemini dealing with each sign all the way from Aries to Pisces. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for Geminis dealing with each sign all the way from Aries to Pisces? Bear with me as I shuffle. Gotta reset the deck and then I'll pull it. So far, the energy is mutual. You could be dealing with a Libra as well, or a Taurus. Don't have to be, or a Sagittarius, or a Leo. Yeah, I'm seeing all those signs, or an Aquarius. But what does Gemini need to know? Dealing with each sign, all the way from Aries to Pisces. Defeat, a lose-lose situation. They didn't get what they wanted. You didn't get what you wanted out of the situation. Defeat. The sun, though, you will overcome it by catching flights, not feelings. Get out your feelings. Stay out your feelings. Be logical. You are logical. You need to be logical this time. You are an air sign, so. Yeah, love is in the air. It could be a toxic love situation. Ship. Truth hurts, toxic love situationship. All right, we got the Justice, and then we got the Chariot. Specifically moving on from a Libra, that's what I'm seeing. Or travel, relocation, long distance, getting away from a karmic situation. You need to move or get out of a karmic situation. Traveling, getting out of it. Movement. If you're dealing with a Aries, futility, they got a lot on their plate. That's why it's hard for them to tap in with you or prioritize you. If you're dealing with a Taurus, expect them to come in very quickly or pick up the speed or pace. If you're dealing with a Gemini, cycle complete, in the cycle, new cycle. If you're dealing with a Cancer, hold back, wait. Now's not the time, delays. If you're dealing with a Leo, speak your truth, stand on business, say it with your chest, say it loud and clear. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. You're being recorded. If you're dealing with a Virgo, they're not going to change. They're stuck in their ways. Or vice versa. Reverse the roles are necessary on any sign. When it comes to dealing with a Libra, it'll be successful. Six of Pentacles, successful dealings. You get what you put in. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they're showing up as true and honest. What you see is what you get. Truth, death card. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, the Dancer. They're passionate. They live in the moment. Free soul, free spirit. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they're being divinely guided, or you are, and that's why you're protected. If you're dealing with a Aquarius, there's a physical change or need for change. I'm going through changes. And if you're dealing with a Pisces, they're doing something behind your back or doing something and they want to keep it private. They want to keep it a secret for whatever reason. I don't know. Who knows what they got going on? Go on a real fucking date. Smell good and get your sexy on. That's all I got for the sign of Gemini. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.